The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Kane is in the building.
Yeah! Already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun up? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on all right.
Talking Heads with Naughty and MJ is brought to you by Ahamar, Burger King, Easy Cars at John's Department Store, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Feeling that you was being had, don't that shit that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh, put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they. See, that's how that Chateau made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. Already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun? Just remember when
We're back at you on the Friday, February 27th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with MJ and your company right up until 6 p.m. The Weekend Review, like we do each and every Friday right here on Talking Heads. The Weekend Review, the best of the last week, the past week, the good, the bad, the ugly. We gonna run it down for you. And MJ, boy, we got a lot to talk about from the last week for this week's Weekend Review.
It has been quite the week. And it's been quite the month. February's over. February's done.
February wasn't
February
even sticking
is
around.
Gone. I mean, I know it's the shortest month in the year, but it really did feel short this time around.
I think February came in, surveyed the landscape here in the 242, threw his hands up, or her hands up, and said, you know what, I don't have time to deal with this bitch. We up out of here. February 2027, you on deck. But like I said, lots to talk about. I'm not even looking at the headlines yet. But like I said, we do have lots to talk about. We do have lots to discuss, and we want you to chime in. If you want to be part of the conversation, here's how.
Here's how you can become a...
Powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4259, 325-4316. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. All right. Text up. You're the first text out the gate. And you really want me to go there? If you've been listening to this show, you should have an inkling that MJ stands for Mary Jane. MJ.
That's what I'm curious about. That is such a non-question question. Okay.
I mean, come on.
Hello, texter. They're getting started early. It's a Friday. Everybody just, vibing.
And now you know, okay?
Vibes.
There you go. Go and send no more texter. Now you know. Now you're all caught up.
Vibes.
All right. But a part of the conversation today is going to have to be the headlines, though, for sure.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
And here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views that matter since 1844. All brought to you by Fine Threads. Growing arrears raise fiscal concerns. Public not getting full view of financial situation, economists say. That's scary.
I mean, that's reality.
Yeah. Goodman faces man accused of raping woman at his home. And BUAPE calls for government intervention in industrial agreement dispute. And then Customs rolled out the class of 2025 graduates.
Okay. Congratulations to them.
But if we look at some of the headlines,
The growing arrears raise fiscal concerns.
Big time.
Yeah, no, because it's Okay, so we're still, I guess, according to Mr. Lundy, who filled in for the Prime Minister yesterday and gave somewhat of a mid-year budget address, we'll call it that. He says the Prime Minister will give a more substantive address when he returns. Although, is he back from St. Kitts yet?
I don't know. Is he?
I'm not sure, but maybe perhaps next week that'll happen. In any event, some numbers kind of jump out, right? They jump out at you. I was reading earlier. Pull it up. I think I made some notes. I was reading earlier.
My biggest thing from this headline, MJ, is public not getting full view of financial situation, economists say. Now, economists, those are people who deal with numbers every day of their life. If they say we're not getting the full picture, what is the full picture? Can it get worse than this? Because this is not a pretty picture we're looking at right now.
I mean,
my God, does the picture worsen? Does it get darker? Does it get gloomier? Is there light at the end? What is the full picture?
I was having a conversation with an accountant, not an economist, but, just talking about it. And just the way that the system is set up, that we have a cash accounting system, it leaves room for stuff like this, where you could say that, we actually have a surplus, but then there are so many envelopes in the drawer that add up to hundreds of millions of dollars in bills, and because you have not paid them yet, they're not really counted. So, I mean, yeah, but I think this is a system question and also a narrative question. To put the narrative out there, like, everything's under control, we got this, and I'm not saying it isn't, but to get the fuller picture, I agree with the economists that we're not getting the full picture, but the part of the picture that we're seeing is a little bit worrisome. We got 241 million in unpaid invoices. That's an increase. Apparently, at the same point last year, it was 121 million at the same point last year. So, yeah, we definitely could do some work on giving the public the fuller picture.
Listen.
But that ain't happening before.
This gonna come over to see what had happened after the fact. Okay, listen, I can't even get to the headlines, but I want to address this because now I'm going to read this verbose text. It's rather long, but I think we need to put an end to this once and for all. Recent U.S. and it is a headline in today's Guardian. Recent U.S. reporting about the arrest of a Bahamian allegedly found with 200 kilograms of cocaine and reported links to a former Minister of National Security raises serious concerns. Allegations are not conviction, and due process must be respected. However, perception matters, especially for a nation like ours that depends heavily on American tourism, investment, and financial relationships. When international headlines suggest connections between major drug activity and a former senior official, it impacts how the Bahamas is viewed abroad, as well as individuals running for office who are connected to the Epstein files. So I get your point. Both are equally as egregious when it comes to international headlines.
End of the text?
No,
'Cause I'm not
the
sure
leader
what
of the
you
opposition's
understand.
decision to stand by this individual as a candidate is therefore concerning. The same way Mr. Davis has stood by Mr. Bastian in Fort Charlotte, despite the
What's you? What's the texter? I'm trying to
right.
get it
Even if
confusing.
nothing is proven, the optics do not support national growth or confidence in today's climate. Leadership must prioritize reputation, transparency, and the country's long-term economic stability. So, Text, are you talking to both leaders of both parties? I mean, the opposition and the current administration? Because
people are going to look at the information in front of them. They're going to make their assessment. People have asked me about this. I said this the other
there's
day.
no there, like you say.
And that just, I know it's a political
And both
phrase. I know you guys
instances.
don't like it, but I just don't see any there in either case right now. Now, if you have more information, just let us know, and then probably, we could comment further on it. But I just don't see what you guys are seeing at this point, and that's okay. Everybody has their different perspective, but all of these other things.
But you can't really mention one without the other because they're both very similar in situations. Reports have been made, but the names have been called, but there are nothing to substantiate any of the name calling.
Yeah, I'm just going off the facts before us right now.
And then, you want to talk about long-term stability and economic growth and so on and so forth. So we're still trying to get the egg off our face from FTX and FBF, Samuel Bankman-Fried. We're still trying to get the egg off our face from law enforcement officers in the Southern District of New York ready to go to trial. for drug smuggling. All of that is bad optics. I'm glad you see some. You need to see all, Texter. We need to call all out. I agree with you. Call them all out. That's a $3 million increase, so add that to the deficit. Okay, boy, listen here. Let's get to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Gardner?
You know, Naughty, let me say a few words, please. You know, when people talk about these two different cases, right? This Epstein file thing, right? With them two gentlemen, right? These people, you know, these people was some allegations, right? Specifically, right? With human trafficking and drugs, and gun running. All right? If the ex-president of the United States and his wife could forced to go on oath, where's the investigation? Why are these people not being picked up by Royal Bahamas Police Force? You understand me? And questioned. You understand me? For actions that happened in the Bahamas, at least once, and one said was happening in the Bahamas, bro. You know, and another thing, right? We have some people, right, showing rock and running, right? Like what's his name, Mr. Davis' son, right? Talking about Bahamians who fought and fly plane in World War II for the United States government. Why should I be proud of that? You understand? About them. You understand me? The same United States who go into the Marchtown, who all over the way marching down the Arab nations. You understand what I'm saying? And then another thing, you got they talking about these Bahamians in Gambia or one of them places, right? Who fought and with the Civil War. You know what I'm saying? So but the same man, his party is fighting now against the of the belligerent United States.
Listen, Gardner.
How does it profit me to have some immigrant African? Hello?
Yeah, I hear you, Gardner. And
people, this man who fought against slavery. Immigrant.
But Gardner, I can be honest with you. I do in the weekend review. And use my boy, but I don't feel like revisiting the Civil War right now. I mean, obviously, maybe we should do a show one day on Bahamian connections to the South from the Civil War times, from blockade running to rum running till now. And no disrespect, I mean, obviously for you that's valid right now, but for me, I got to ask questions about other things. I got to move on from much to do about nothing. If there's nothing there's nothing there. Stop circulating stuff trying to get a response, because obviously Bahamians have other interests in other things. It's not a bigger factor as some people are trying to make it. Now, here's one that jumps out to me. Man accused of raping woman at his home. 55-year-old man on Thursday was accused of raping a woman at his home. Robert Ramey was not required to enter a plea to the charge when he appeared before Magistrate Abigail Farrington, and bail was denied.
So sub judice?
I guess the matter was adjourned until May 29th. Right. So there you go.
Yeah.
Can't really address it like that. But once again, we see an increase of crimes toward women and children. And taking nothing away from the crimes toward the young men between 18 and 35 that we are losing far too fast to the scourge of gang violence, drug violence, so on and so forth. Because every time I mention violence against women and children, some of y'all get your knickers in a knot that I don't mention the men of this country. So let's get them out of the way first. But why are we having so many rapes? Why is it not being reported? Why aren't we making more of a national issue of this? And it seems when it comes to women and children and the elderly, they're swept to the side. And people and politicians choose to pontificate on other things. You know, what we had to go through with similar allegations to this concerning a certain politician, we should really take rape very sensitive in this country. And more should be done by this administration for victims of rape and rape prevention. And what happened to the police bulletins, MJ? Like the police coming on radio shows every Wednesday and giving the crime report and breaking down.
Maybe they still do
There
that.
could be
Maybe they do that on ZNS. I'm not sure. I got my notes for the fiscal arrears, so I'll talk about that in a moment. But we have a caller on the line. Talking Heads.
Hey, what's up, Naughty and MJ?
What's happening?
All right, man. Yeah, I just want to chime in on Mr. James, right? Like I said, it's in the initial stages, right? I don't know if all the right questions are being asked in the public domain, but for him as a career policeman, right? And then Mr. Pintard as an entrant in politics now, trying to become the prime minister, right? I think Mr. Pintard would have spoken to him and asked him if he's doing anything nefarious, right? And I obviously he would have said no.
Yeah, we're not sure if that conversation didn't happen in the background. We don't know, and that's I keep reiterating that.
I'm sure Mr. Pintard would have had to do that because this
you would think,
season, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as it stands now, like you're saying, MJ, right? I don't think I think the questions had to be asked in public domain from the reporters as to what the relationship was fully, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Mr. James would take that risk, and Mr. Pintard would take that risk if, in fact, something nefarious is going on. You know what I mean? But
I hear you.
But time will tell.
Thank you very much, caller. I agree. We don't have a lot to go on right now, and I don't see anything.
Yeah, good afternoon, Naughty and MJ.
Hey, what's happening, 52?
52.
Yeah, little man almost tripped me down with the bicycle. But I just want to say this. I was calling it, originally they call it gastronomics, right?
Okay.
It relates to what you're talking about, but it's now psionomics.
52, you're breaking up. 52, you're digitizing. We can't hear you. Sound like a cell phone connection. 52, hit us back. If you can, you were digitizing, we couldn't hear you. Let's go to the next caller, Talking Heads.
Hello, good day, Naughty. How are you guys?
We're good.
We're good.
Okay. Listen, man, I don't know what the big show is about with this thing with Mr. James, The bottom line is, if someone was to use a company vehicle, so to speak, and goes up there and be caught with drugs in the company's vehicle, so what happens then? The company is not liable to that. The person, obviously, if he's being caught with the drugs in the company vehicle, he'll be fired, and that's that. You cannot blame the company for his actions. So I don't know what all this foolishness is going on here, and people are this is a political season, and they need to stop it. Okay, someone could borrow your car, and they get in trouble. But it ain't mean that you're involved in that. So come on, man. I heard a lot of nonsense going on in this country, man. Y'all got to stop it. All right?
Listen, caller, I agree. Until the facts are the facts, you can't really comment. And a lot of times we like to add to the scenario and add, our speculation as people from the court of public opinion. But at the end of the day, the facts are the facts. The facts remain. Names were called in 2 instances, but there is no there in either instance to pursue it. Now, if something comes out later on that there's a there, then we will talk about the there being there. But there is nothing but.
What's so sad about it? What's so sad about it? I watched the show last night with some persons involved with the matter having their opinion. And, why are they straying on?
Now, listen, opinions just like belly buttons. Everybody got one, and nobody believes their stink and got lint in it. But everybody know you got stink, belly button, and got lint in it.
It's all politics. Even the host last time, very disappointed in her.
Well,
come on, man.
Listen, I can't really relate because I got better things to watch during that time slot, though, caller. But it's all good.
I agree with that.
Have a good
all right, have a
weekend.
good one, man. Let's get to the other calls. Talking Heads.
Yeah, I don't know why on a live phone they gone dirty. But anyhow.
No, you were digitizing.
No, you're just digitizing.
A live must be gone there. But listen to me.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the last caller made some sense. You see, I had a conversation with a young man this morning in the post. I was saying, I know Mr. James personally, right? So for me, it's highly unlikely. But the thing is, that's just so people go now. Like, I've been accused of many things that I didn't do. So I know what it feels like. And so the gentleman painted the real picture. I mean, I have seen, let's say like 30 years ago, there was a boat that goes to foreign to get repaired. And people could contemplate to do anything. Any employee could do anything, even if it's a mailboat, whatever. We know these things, the cruise ship, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, let's give it some time. And, I guess we are good at tearing people down. But you understand me? I'm not saying that he's infallible, but he's upstanding, like 1 or 2 I know. But, to be honest with you, they are policemen, they would always tell us the company we keep, and so that's what that was all about. Maybe he should have done, but like everybody appears. That's what I'm saying. People are good at being hypocritical. So no one can really read anybody. Be fair about it. I mean, you understand what I'm saying, Noddy? People do.
You can't vouch for nobody. You can only vouch for yourself.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But I guess we're good at tearing people down. So I was saying it's psionomics now because it's what they believe. It's in their psyche.
Me too.
Let's get to the break. We get the first break out of the way. Flip side of the break. MJ and I will be back. We got our special guest joining us now, too, for the Week in Review.
You're very familiar with them.
Yeah, man, you're very familiar. Ain't no stranger. All right, so Anku Sarah will be joining us on the flip side of the break, and we will be talking the Week in Review. Obviously, we mentioned a few things now as well, too. We got to talk about Kalani. We got to talk about BPL. We got to talk about a couple other things. Got to talk about crime as well, too. Yeah, plenty we got to talk about. All right, so keep it right where you got it. The Friday, February 27th edition of Talking Heads, the Week in Review, continues right after this.
Unaffected by they threats, then get busy on they. See, that's how that Chi-Town made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up.
Crunch boring lunches and enjoy real food at a real good price with KFC's value deals. For $5.95, you can get a famous bowl and drink or a one-piece chicken box. For max value, grab a value box. That's a piece of our iconic chicken, nuggets, cheesy mashed potato, a buttery biscuit, fries, a dessert biscuit, and soda, all for just $9.95. KFC value deals have got the crunch that you're looking for. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
Put more money back in your pocket with the Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan. Why pay more when you can pay less? Reduce your monthly debt payments down to one low, easy payment. Apply for a Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Join the Ultra family! Sign-ups are here, and it's ultra fast. Start winning from your phone. Sign up online in minutes and jump straight into the action at ultragames.com. And right now, when you sign up in February, you're entered for a chance to win a car. That's right, a car! No long lines, no stress. Just click, sign up, and start playing. Ultra Games. Start winning ultra fast. Must be 18 or older. Ultra Games reminds you, it's only a game, so game responsibly.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
I still never slow my plans up. Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. Show goes on.
We're back at you on the Friday, February 27th edition of Talking Heads, the Week in Review. Yours truly, Naughty, along with MJ and our special guest, Anku Sarai, in your company right up until 6 p.m. Lots to talk about as we get into the buzz, brought to you by John's Shoes. Let's get these phone calls out the way. We'll hit the text lines, and then we'll chop it up. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, good afternoon.
Yeah, right here. I passed by the site for the hospital, and I saw a sign saying for sale. So what's going on with that?
Ain't nobody know. Listen. And I'm glad you here.
I saw it today, and I was surprised.
Okay, listen.
Today?
I want you to hang up and listen, and we can give it a breakdown. and I have somebody who might be able to enlighten you on our for sale sign. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now let's look at it. Let's look at the breakdown. Years ago, there was a family that was paid some money for their hospital land.
The 50 acres.
Now you got Mr. Morris. I see him standing up representing very eloquently for the Morris family. And from all intents and purposes, from what I'm seeing, is that man is not being resistant. He's willing to sit down at a table and dialogue and discuss and probably cut a deal. Mm-hmm. Now, today, I hear rumblings that it's the Enos property. You all don't know that property, boy?
Wait a minute.
How the Enoses get it? Boy, look here, talk to me.
Okay, I read
Now, I ain't gonna lie, Jeffrey. No, Timmy have returned calls, and I know Timmy is a lawyer, so he probably ain't gonna return no call. But you see, that's still my boy, but they ain't return no call.
You know they ain't my line, here.
Let's welcome him in.
Because I was done drinking, boy. We could do a ting, boy.
Our very
That's you.
special guest today, Uncle. What's up?
I'm great, man.
They're used to you, so
I know. I'm happy to be here. Listen, man, Naughty and MJ, they family, so
yeah,
I'm happy
good
to come
have
in
you here.
and kick it with them. Yeah, so this is news to me as well.
What's
Let me
happening
just
with
say
that
this.
line out there?
This is news to me as well. I'm just as surprised or shocked as everybody else because there've been other instances where Aeneas has popped up and I start calling, hey,
Right.
what?
Right. Exactly.
Wait, and I don't get much information usually, but so I don't know.
What do you think, though, about, because there was another claim earlier this week, maybe a day or two ago, by another family, like Naughty alluded to, that said, no, this is actually our land that the government has as their proposed site for the new hospital. What do you think about that? What do you make of that?
Well, the whole land registry situation is a mess, right? When you look at the reality of how land is dealt with in this country, the fact that if you, I don't know if you've ever been into that room where they search. I don't know if you ever.
I've had them search before, but I didn't go into the room. What is the room like? What's it like in the room?
I don't know if it's still that way now. I remember.
How long ago is this?
This was like maybe 20 years ago.
Okay.
Exactly, right? I had a good friend of mine who worked for a law firm, and I had to meet with him to discuss something, and he was doing a search. And I was like, so all these old books, and like it's a very manual process. Right? So I think it's very easy to miss things. It could be. I don't know what the situation is in this instance, but it's a very manual process. It's a very, very manual process. And so I don't have faith in it.
Right.
I don't have any real faith in it. And so it's interesting now that we're getting to this point in the whole saga. I guess, I don't know if there's going to be a groundbreaking soon or something. People said, hey, by the way.
This my line.
But I could borrow all that money and announce such grandiose plans,
Come
and
on.
people, not one, not two, but potentially three families stand up saying, hold on.
Yeah, I would think in order for you to have access to the funding, you should at least have a clear title to the land.
This is separate from the alleged 14 acres acquired from Mr. Wilson and Iraq Homes in the back there as well.
The government did acquire that.
The government did acquire that.
Through negotiation, which is what you would think would happen with.
So what happened to the negotiation with everybody else?
So you would assume that the same thing that happened with Mr. Wilson.
Your benefactor getting paid. What happened to the everyday Bahamians?
Okay, right. And so this is why we don't have faith in these systems. Right, we don't have faith in these systems, and successive governments have leaned on these systems to do what they need to do to get what they need to get. Right, but in this instance, the PLP is the government.
Yeah,
the PLP is the one making the deal.
Heavy is the head that beareth the crown.
You understand? So, I was intrigued as everyone else to learn. If it's my land, you'll let me know, please. So I can
let me go research for you. You know where that room is.
Let's get to the phone lines.
Talking heads.
Yeah, Naughty, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Hey, sorry, MJ, my apologies.
No problem.
Hey, good day.
You know, just this whole Marvin Day, I'm sorry to bring this back up again. I know you guys are move on. Homeboy already got caught in the U.S. He already pled guilty, and he already admitted that he acted alone.
Yeah.
No accomplices, no aid, no. I acted alone. This was his words. So why are we still talking about this?
Hey.
Well,
and if I'm not mistaken, hold on. If I'm not mistaken, you were in law enforcement years ago in the States, correct?
No, not me.
Not you. All right, I mistook the voice. My apologies.
But no, the point is, homeboy already got caught. He already admitted that I acted alone. So why are people still trying to play politics with this? I mean, can we say the same thing about Epstein? That's asking.
We're in that season, but we get your point.
At this stage right now,
continue to listen.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
At this stage, I classify all of that in much to do about nothing. Until I hear anything new moving forward, it's
just muddy in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking heads. Hi, caller. Hello. You lost that one?
All right, hit us back.
Call us back. But
let me check the text lines real quick. Get them out the way. Naughty, I say, and MJ, I say the other day, it's gasonomics now. It's psychonomics because it goes by what they say. Things get worse. Pure empty person curse.
I know that.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we all know the story about the former prime minister and what happened in the 80s. We beating a dead horse to death.
Yeah.
Naughty, let MJ know the prime minister is back home. He was at the Bahamas
Good.
Customs function yesterday.
Awesome.
Here's another one coming out of Grand Bahama. Good afternoon, Naughty, MJ, and your guest. The Bahamas government doesn't give a accurate account of our financial status. We spending too much treasury funds, okay? Too many unfinished projects, and they are doping and swinging the people. Crisis after crisis, Bahamas. Let's save the Bahamas today. From Grand Bahama, we are listening.
Thank you,
Set
Grand
up.
Bahama. We're going to talk about that in a moment.
Good afternoon, Naughty, MJ, and your guest. That's the same minister who his era is over. Well, minister, your time is over now. Please go away. We're going to address that in a second, too,
Lord.
but let's get to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Yeah, Naughty MJ, the Master family.
What's going on? What's going on, Muff?
What's going on, man? Everything good. Yeah, I passed away today to go in Waki. I see one little 50 by 50 cleared on. One barricade over there on the left, one barricade on the right, one red sign over here, one red sign like in the back of that barricade. I was going so fast I couldn't read the sign to see if it was for sale. But yeah, man, but I
don't want to laugh, but
Muff is a Bahamian original,
right? But
we really do things backwards.
We build that road, right?
Right.
When the government was building that road, right? I wake on that road. We push off the bush and build that road, right? And when that road was getting built, there was then all type of controversy because the government had to take some people land.
It was compulsorily acquired.
Right, acquired land. And I hear they ain't really get something, ain't get paid yet.
Wow.
And things like that too. Because if they have a problem, I remember one time when I bring the DA there on the scene, like Ray Higgs' brother house was like opposite from Esso. Cause man, we got run from there. They had to put the D8 back on the logo and we had to move it. I had to care because we get run from there. But he said, come off their land, but come to Higgs' land. And all that. So that land there was controversy. So the government is wrong. How they could be getting a loan and things and then settle their score. Yeah, Frankie Wilson didn't get paid. Well, anyhow,
they better find the got paid. What happened to the everyday Bahamians who own the land?
Have a good
That's
one.
right, you can't get paid. But MJ, 11 straight. I got to go.
Yes.
Make sure you talk with sports.
We will.
Him and Anku talk straight up to 6 o'clock.
11 straight. Thank you. Let's go to the other caller, Talking Heads.
Hi, good day. How y'all doing, man?
Good.
All right. Just a little bit of correction.
Sure.
I heard the caller before said they don't understand U.S. law. Even though a person, especially as it relates to narcotics, and the person admits to it, stares, blah, 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 based on the amount and so forth, procedures are where they will still move forward to do further investigation. It's not because I say it's all mine, and you got to think you're dealing with the U.S., in the Bahamas.
Well,
I'm not saying
from looking at
or non-guilty. The procedure is that they will still go even further based on what the amounts and the jurisdiction that they're in.
They may.
I'm telling you that.
Yes, but we have no information
But
regarding
as
that.
of now,
right now.
As of now, the individual has pled guilty, accepted his fate, and when further investigations, like you say, come up, if they render anything, I'm sure it'll be addressed. And if they don't render anything, we can put it to bed.
He could admit till Jesus come under the jurisdiction and under the U.S. law. He could admit to the Jesus come. It could have been a billion keys. There's still a certain procedure that they're going to go through, so it's too early.
So that's like a statute on this.
I agree. That's why we're trying to avoid.
Let me ask you another
Trying
question.
to avoid conjecture because we don't know what's happening. We really don't know what's happening besides what's been reported out so far.
Do they still do the same type of investigation for human trafficking? Do they continue it? I mean, for education's sake.
Based on what has already been revealed and so forth, and the extent of which it is, and it doesn't appear as though that there is any, viable. Because remember now, these individuals.
Boy, look here, use a good one, boy.
No.
Use a good one.
No, we could start getting into this world where we just speculate, and I don't want to do that. The only thing. The only thing is like. I can keep repeating, I don't see any there yet in either scenario. I know, like you say, there may be further investigations. We don't know. But also I know that there are further investigations because the U.S. Department of Justice still has 3 million unredacted pieces of files to do with the Jeffrey Epstein case. So we don't know where that goes in the future. But I don't want to get into this because we could do this all day. You know what I mean?
And then, as I said, I just wanted to make one more point.
Sure.
And one of the key things you got to be aware of.
Hey.
This simple phone call that me and you and everybody in this country is having. Don't think that the U.S. don't know what each one of us are saying.
Why do you think I shout out Ambassador Walker every day, man? Why do you think I shout out my friends at the embassy every day?
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. I remember back in the day, and this came out. Remember Edward Snowden? He was the one that kind of raised the flag. I remember back then, our Minister of Foreign Affairs, who's actually currently still the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Mitchell, did ask the U.S. whether or not that was still a practice that was happening, where they were recording all of our phone calls, storing. Do you know if we got any resolution in that instance?
No, I'm not quite aware.
Where we are?
But I say all that to say this. Think about it. If the U.S. have something on you, whether it came out in the Epstein file or not, don't think that these things were not known prior to, or any other thing, and you trampling up and down in the United States, it's going to be a time. You know, it's not you. Trust me. That's what I want us to think about. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right. And to that point as well, too, if Uncle Sam did further investigations, and they did have something, you don't think that would be a big time headline?
We don't know. All right.
I mean, if they have something, they would say something, I would think.
You would, but that depends on our diplomatic relationships. Remember, we've been sending them notes. They sent a note about the case in the Southern District of New York, and
we still don't know.
Apparently, they didn't bother to answer on the diplomatic note. So
we've sent letters for people to be pardoned.
Right.
A lot happens.
Yeah. So let me look at. Okay, Naughty, all of this talk about Mr. James resign in question. Did the PM resign when his employee, Mario Scott Bannister, was charged with murder?
Oh, boy. Okay.
And the government vehicle was involved? Excellent question.
We could do
and that's on the record.
All day, right?
All day.
Let's try to hit, because this fiscal thing is important, and I get it. No, don't mind me. I'm texters. I get it. I'm just looking at this headline in The Guardian, and I'm like, wow, where are we? Like, this the meat and the potatoes, and a lot of things serve as distractions. But this the meat and the potatoes. Like, where are we fiscally?
Yes. Well, I know we want to talk about this. Let me just get the one, should I say, stubborn elephant in the room out of the way, and then we can dive right into this. I just want to go on record and say, look, I've seen a lot of text. I've seen a lot of back and forth. Listen, former Prime Minister Dr. Minnis has every right to seek, the seat in Killarney. And this is my reasoning behind it. He took a monumental cut skin at the polls in 2021. He turned around and took not one, but two monumental cut skins in convention for the F&M. Pintodd beat him 3-1 ratio. Every bit of his political PR machinery team is like a bunch of vagabonds all over the place singing for their supper. Somebody asked me the other day, Naughty, you see Richard Johnson campaigning for Madam Speaker in Bamboo Town? Why do you think she got him there? I say, because he's skinny.
That's not nice.
But it's funny.
It's
funny.
Not
it's
nice.
funny.
No.
It may not be nice, but it's funny. Correct? I'm here all year. Try the conch.
You need to do better.
But at the end of the day, as Dr. Minnis said to Mr. Ingram, your era is over. I think, Dr. Minnis, your era been over a little while. No matter what your mindless Minnisite minions pump you up with, your era is over. The only thing you're doing now is destroying your legacy. People thought you was dog in the manger. People thought you was selfish. People thought you were flippant. Now you proving it. If you can't lead, you can't play. That's the equivalent of, let's play basketball. Oh, you all pick up the teams and I ain't get picked? Give me my ball, I buy some glass bottle on this court. I going home. Nobody can play.
Game over.
Okay? And all you're doing is damaging your legacy because by what you're doing, by chance, if it should have an effect at the polls, you could be opening up that seat for a party who's not all about Bahamians.
Well, that he's not aligned with politically, according to him. Let's get your take on this, Anko, and then I'll just, because I saw the video, someone sent it to me of Minister
the way
of
I
National
said, only one more cut skin he could take.
Wayne Monroe defending vehemently in the House of Assembly Dr. Minnis. What are your thoughts? Did you see the video?
I didn't see the video. I heard about it, but I didn't see the video. I don't understand. My thing is, Chicago Lang said something, I think it was last week,
Right.
When Dr. Minnis was on Shanique Miller's show, Beyond Headline, and he said that he's running as an independent.
Right.
However, he's going to stick to the ideals of the FNM. I think that's, I'm paraphrasing.
Oh, yeah. I heard
and
that.
Mr. Lang said something.
Hold on. You dropped the crown and navigate in some of the other portions of the Constitution of the FNM, but you're going to stick to certain ones? The hypocrisy. Let me cut through it with a knife.
Yeah. So Mr. Lang said, well, what about the whole idea of not running against another FNM?
Right.
Right? What about the idea of respecting the actual leadership that was voted in?
Yeah.
These were things. Number one, you're running against Michaela Barnett.
Mm-hmm.
She's an FNM.
Yeah.
You say you are basically an independent FNM.
Which is, you know what?
An independent FNM.
You try to make that a thing. Like, that's not a thing.
It's not a thing, but right.
Oh boy.
And so it's like I don't quite understand. But I don't get Mr. Monroe's.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't.
I'll say this, and this is my love, because someone did send it to me, and I saw Mr. Monroe. I saw his performance in the House. I thought it was interesting, but I got to tell you, a couple of years ago, and this is just my thoughts on what happened. A couple of years ago, we did interview Mr. Monroe when we were at a different station when they were not in power, when they answered to the Bahamian people, because it was,
if they could lead from opposition, oh my God.
I swear, that would be such a great thing.
A beautiful thing.
So in that interview with
it's like practice players. When I go out practice Jesus, in practice, this kid would be, I make all the plays.
Right.
Put him in the game and you have play ball. And you got that first strike go over the plate. Bad done mess for the
time. We were in the throes of the pandemic, right? And Mr. Monroe had he had filed a writ against the Prime Minister as well as the Attorney General. He accused them.
That's right.
He accused them of acting unconstitutionally, right? In the way that some of the orders and some of the things surrounding COVID-19 went down. We had a conversation. Like I said, he was a guest on the show. We went deep into it, and he made a cogent case about why, the writ was being filed and why, Dr. Minnis, as the competent authority, was acting unconstitutional with certain aspects of what he was doing.
Right.
Now, I want us to think about what Mr. Monroe was advocating in the House the other day, because he actually said during his diatribe, he said, by all accounts, I hear he's a good MP in Killarney, which if I'm like the PLP candidate, I'm like, okay, you running on.
By all accounts, I hear
you're running on too much now. Like, what you trying to do, right?
By all accounts, I hear you're an awesome King's Counsel defense lawyer, but not too good as a politician and Minister of National Security. Well, shabby there. They need to work on that.
I'm trying to cut through this, through the noise. I want us to listen to the signal. This is a man that Mr. Monroe said to the Bahamian people quite loudly back then, and he said it during our interview, that Dr. Minnis has done these unconstitutional. Now, in a democracy, accusing a leader who at the time has absolute
authority,
competent authority.
And that's not incompetent authority back then.
That's not a small charge.
No.
I get that you would want to say, have your comments for political reasons about how you think the FNM dealt with the former Prime Minister. But at the core of your own person, your own assessment, you're saying that they didn't give him another chance at being on the ballot. This person you accused and made a great case, an excellent case, acted unconstitutional.
Right.
Not just I made a law and the Supreme Court said it, but acting continuously, even being given advice. You're acting unconstitutionally. Right. And we could talk about how Dr. Minnis made some comments about the Constitution as well.
Yep. Man, I'm going to make two fish.
I say all of that to say that a little character flaw.
Not.
That is something you judge a person by especially when they sit in that seat that we call the office of the Prime Minister. So for you to now argue that the FNM is being ungrateful, I think he accused them of ingratitude.
He argued that sitting FNM members should have defended Minnis, knowing that it was disturbing.
Defend a man that you said.
A man who gave many of them their political start kicked to the curb.
But man,
defend the one party.
Defend the man that you told the Bahamian people quite loudly, you see this fella here? He will be unconstitutional. That's what they should have put back on the ballot. Well, tell me how that makes sense.
Unless he really trying to make sure they lose in Kalani.
Obviously, that is what he is trying to do, but I'm saying that it also reflects something in him. He may not remember that he told us who Dr. Minnis was in his eyes. He may not remember that, we too experienced something really rough during the COVID pandemic with Dr. Minnis. But I'm from Grand Bahama. The North remembers, okay?
Yeah.
Remember the points you made back then. We remember the conduct of the man that you are now trying to defend. We understand that for political reasons, you may think it's cool to say, oh, well, y'all treated him bad. You should have put it on the ballot. You're advocating for us to put someone who in your eyes can act unconstitutional back on the ballot. It makes no sense.
And meanwhile, you have one of his colleagues in Southern Shores making noise about how he was marginalized, overlooked, contracts taken, for lack of a better word, sabotaged. Not one word to defend this man or say that wasn't taken, the same way he defended Minnis, he should have defended his own. But I guess he couldn't because he got his homeboy hooked up with the B-Docs, work release cleanup team doing groundwork for Mr. Roberts.
And you know what?
And I asked Mr. Roberts yesterday, I had a conversation with him. And I said, first of all, you need to come on the show. I'll let you know when my avails are. Next question. So I asked him directly.
He ain't campaigning now.
As a matter of fact, I asked directly, and this is like I say, point blank question. And I asked him, and I said, Mr. Roberts, I said, can you please clarify your usage of the Doc's work gang to clean up areas of Southern Shores? Are you personally paying for the service, or are they being provided by the Ministry of National Security and Docs? For clarity's sake, thanks. His reply to me was, more to come, my friend, with the wink emoji. So I guess things good.
Let's bring this back to
So my point is, you could go to bat for Dr. Minnis.
So you're
going to bat being a
colleague.
defense attorney. You got your defense out on because you're defending this lousy administration that you represent. And you know that a divided Kalani could potentially be a seat for the PLP.
To me, that's the only logical.
Well, that is what's happening.
And Dr. Minnis is dog in the manger, spoiled, petulant brat, entitled. And look, just because you're a former prime minister, that don't entitle you to nothing.
No.
The mechanism is you got voted not once but twice to a 3-1 margin by Mr. Pinto. You got monkey stomped in F&M convention. That's your leader of your party.
But let's
know your road, shut your mouth, and follow the leader as they did when you were leader. That's
right.
Let's look at what Mr. Monroe is saying, though. He's saying that the whole some of the substance of why he's saying they should have put him in the ballot, they should be lucky he gave them a break.
Right.
That is what he's not saying he was a great prime minister. Did he give you all a start? And not only is that such a specious argument, but I saw a clip someone sent me today where Mr. Monroe said ingratitude is the worst character defect. I don't disagree. I think being unprincipled. I think being unprincipled is the worst character defect because that opens the door to every other vice. Okay, you start there and everything else happens after that. I get it. Ingratitude is gonna wound your heart. Oh my God, I give them a break. But being unprincipled,
okay,
actually corrodes the soul.
Is it ingratitude if Mr. Minnis vied for the leadership and he lost
twice, 3-1?
Some
that echoes. We don't want you.
Right. So my thing is, it's a process. He tried. He lost.
Yeah.
Right. Did he support the leadership after he lost?
Let's be real. It has not looked like he has supported them one day.
It doesn't appear so. So as a leader, any responsible leader is going to make sure that the people he has around him supports him.
Right.
If I don't see you supporting me, see you later. Ain't nothing personal. It's business. We got a country to run. I don't need you on the side of me sabotaging anything I trying to do.
Perfect example. New head coach come in. Guess what? Everybody who was on that coaching staff previously, gone. Because I don't know you.
I don't know you.
I got to bring in people who will run my philosophy, run my system, run my players, who I could trust.
And at the end of the
who
day,
ain't gonna leak nothing to
I am
the media
responsible as the leader. I can't say, well, no, he was supposed to. No, you left him there.
You remember when they supported him after the parliamentarians say, get him out of here?
Right.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Well, we got that.
Talk about ungrateful.
We got that and more to talk about coming up on the flip side of the break as the Friday, February 27th edition of Talking Heads. MJ, our special guest, Anku Sarah, will go over a little bit and we will talk sports. So keep it right where you got it. Don't touch it.
off the pavement. Go and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. And the show goes on all night till the morning we dream.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape. A Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Forget them flower, forget them check. You know it's Tommy, get the respect. AP is hot, we sitting close. Breeze on your lip, that's how I know. You is my person, that ain't no secret. You sharing, I might keep it. Love buckets.
8 tasty pieces of chicken, thighs and legs for just $20. Add a large side for $5. This February, love deserves a bucket. KFC, it's finger licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. I'm ready to show.
Talking Heads with Naughty and MJ is brought to you by Mahamar, Burger King, Easy Car Sales, Fine Threads, Island Luck, John's Department Store, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
We're back at you on the Friday, February 27th edition of Talking Heads, the Week in Review. Naughty along with MJ and our special guest, Anku Sharon, your company right up until 6 p.m. Yes, we will talk sports this hour. We will get to your text, but let's get to this phone call right now. Thanks for your patience, caller. Talking Heads.
Yeah, what's happening, man? How's y'all doing?
All good.
Yes, sir.
Good, man, good. Got some good news from a relative in Freeport. I was working at the Alukaya. They got, all of the employees got compensated today.
Good, they got their money.
Everybody seemed to be very happy. He also told me, said that in another few weeks, I think when they start doing, they're going to give a lot of them first shot at rehire in relation to...
all right, caller. I'm
we'll
going to stop you there. I would take the fact that they got paid
on the day. Don't run
They got paid on the day.
I'm just telling you what he said.
All right, do me a favor.
That's all I'm saying.
Tell them to send me some pictures of some smiley faces with them getting... They
got their money.
Yeah. And so I'm happy either way.
I'm happy they got compensated. Yeah. However,
they don't have
I can't put a grain of salt in what this administration says in regards to Alukaya. So I'm happy they got paid. I'm happy they got paid. And listen, I don't know who this new fresh PRP voice is, but I like him. He's objective because and he's not like their usual troll. Much better than Anton.
So
wipe the floor with Anton.
I will say this: they got and I saw something online as well. So they got their severance pay. It's so bad. Like severance pay without having a job after is usually sad. But these people have been waiting so long for their money.
Lord.
They got us at a point where they'll be just happy they got something.
Yes.
Right? Even though come Monday or come tomorrow, they got to figure out where they're gonna, how they're gonna feed their families and stuff, how they're gonna stretch these checks to make ends meet until something else.
Usually when you get that check, you're paying people back.
Exactly. Especially when there's been so many periods of not being paid. 5 weeks here. You owe people at that point, right?
Paying people back.
You owe people.
Yeah.
Oh, let's check these texts. My goodness. Boy, y'all ain't easy at all. And here we go. Naughty, please tell MJ I don't know a damn soul who listens to Wayne Monroe. Tell her please stop wasting her time and her
Oh my
eardrums.
God, he's the Minister of National Security. He ain't easy at all.
Yeah.
You do have to listen.
Listen, he got some.
Do
Good
have to
afternoon,
listen.
Naughty MJ and Anku. Mr. Monroe has seen the writings on the wall to try to bullskate the parliament to sympathize because the people think he's a deadbeat MP. In this case, he should mind his own business and worry about Lincoln before he seals the deal.
Boy.
Yeah.
Naughty MJ and Anku. Maybe Monroe is indebted to Minnis and told he better help and defend something like everyone was compromised in the Epstein files and kept the secret. London Bridge is falling down, but it does expose that both governments are in cahoots.
It's just strange. It's just strange when your argument is, y'all treat him bad. He should have gotten a nomination. Why did he do such a fantastic? No, man, because he give y'all a break. So give him a break.
But that was internal politics.
Can we be?
He almost took
can we be any
Cuttskin by
worse?
himself the last election, going from 2,500 to 500 margin of victory.
That's close.
And his popularity rating right now is like 1 above Kim Jong-un and then 2 above the devil. I mean, he not popular.
And if we're talking pure politics, what I would say to Mr. Monroe is concentrate your efforts on extolling the virtues of your candidate that's in the area and the policies that you would put in place. Because right now, you're making no sense defending Dr. Perez.
I don't understand.
You're making no sense. Sorry.
Naughty and MJ and Anku, would you want to be in charge of a person who was your boss? It's like Pinto had been in charge of Minnis. I would guarantee Minnis would try to take over. Like when Loretta overpowered Minnis. Keep Minnis out.
Overpowered.
Or Grand Bahama will stay out. Trust me. And see, that's the message right there. Keep Minnis out or Grand Bahama will stay out.
They just want us talking about minutes.
Yeah, I know.
That is done.
Yeah,
that is finished. You know.
I mean, that era is over, man. He is a non-factor. And so are his minions.
They got 2 qualified women that I'm watching out in Killarney. I don't have the bandwidth for Dr. Minnis anymore. He's occupied way too much. He's moving on.
You know,
yeah,
she can do
Michael
well.
Barnett.
Yeah, thanks, yes.
Who Ms. Monroe need to remember because
that's his people. That's his people.
Oh my God.
She need to WhatsApp him. Hey, boss.
What you dealing with?
Hey, over here.
Oh, Lord have mercy. And listen,
boy.
Good text. And see, this bringing up painful memories for some. Hey, Naughty MJ and Anku, so when are the city market people who are still alive are going to get their money? They've been trying since 2003.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Naughty-
Had a friend that worked there and never got a compensation.
Naughty MJ and Anku, Monroe's going home just like Minnis. Both of them can go sip tea together.
Oy.
Hey, Naughty MJ and Anku, I never thought you had to protest after you worked so hard to get your pay. This government in the closet needs to go pray hard.
That brings us to this headline in The Guardian today about the growing arrears that are raising fiscal concerns. Uncle, I saw you with a post or 2 online because you kind of keeping an eye on this. What are your thoughts about what's happening? There's some raw numbers. Let me see if I could get it right quickly. Raw numbers. So for the first half of this fiscal year, we have run a $342 million deficit. The full year target is to end up with a $75 million surplus. In the Tribune yesterday, the second half swing is going to look something like $417 million. That's what needs to come in the second half. Why are you looking at me like that? It's possible. So $342 million to clear that deficit, and then 75 million, 470. But then I was thinking about it, and there was a late breaking announcement by the Prime Minister about the VAT on the unprepared foods that kicks in on April 1st, which Mr. Halkitis says is another 50. Mr. Halkitis says it'll be 15 million for the 3 months for this fiscal year. So it isn't even really 470 million. To my math, it's looking more like 432 million that we have to.
Right.
And that's not including the $242 million in bills that we have in envelopes.
That's the part right there.
All right, so let's talk about that.
So I just think I'm no mathematician, I'm no economist, but I have to run a household. You know what I mean? I was talking to one of my good friends last night about this. I said, imagine you get paid, you ain't pay your light bill, you ain't pay your water bill, you ain't pay your ASU, whatever bills you get, you won't pay. But you glancing on your phone, looking at your bank account like, "Hey, gonky, I so gonky."
Oh boy!
Right? Nah, you can be gonky till the lights start turning off, the water start turning off. People calling you for their money. I don't know. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. So why are we playing these games? Why are we sitting up here not paying the bills and then acting as if the bills are being paid? How could you use the word surplus? I don't understand that. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe there's, like you say, there's something that's going to happen.
Well, one big, apparently, injection is going to come from the corporate tax. That'll be around $130 million. But make no mistake about it. They are making a conscious decision to look good on paper, while knowing very well that there's $242 million in arrears that unless they decide to pay it, it'll sit there, and even though it exists, even though people are owed money, it'll still look good on the books.
You know, doing stuff are we in a bad state when we got to borrow $1.8 million to do a study to come back to see how much money else we got to borrow. Why we'll be pumping out $1.8 million, and why we got to borrow it?
The tricky thing
we got
is,
shabby as a nation. We ain't got $1.8 million we could grab up for something. I mean, seriously,
that ain't in the petty cash.
It ain't like it's $180 million,
right?
Or 81, but it is 1.8.
I think the real painful part about it is because you have this number, 242 million, but there are people behind that 242 million. There are contractors.
Yes.
There's customs and immigration that haven't gotten their overtime.
You're saying too many words. There are voters.
Nurses.
There are voters behind that money.
Nurses, doctors, teachers, NHI, the insurance premium that's not been paid, that's causing some sort of a mix-up with dependents of our uniform branches, family members of our uniform branches. This isn't just money
so as
on
a
the
voter,
side.
why am I going to give you another opportunity to be a steward over these monies if you weren't properly paying your bills in the first place?
Right.
Why would I feel? What's going to incentivize me to put you back in that position when you didn't do what you were supposed to do? And then on top of you know what it is when all us been there. Someone owe you money, right? And they run your prancing around and they new
You mean
hands.
they flying all over the world, looking good, living la vida loca?
Nah, it's different. It's different if they calling you on the side and say, "Look here, now, your money come in this next thing, right? If you talking to me on the side, I make it let that slide.
You ain't saying nothing.
But you ain't saying nothing,
and you just live.
You get a new car. Oh, okay. This yours.
Nice BMW.
Okay. Or your children move to another school. Oh, okay. You all over. Okay. Look here. Women money though. Women money.
Well, you see, I was trying to get it for you, but I got to wait for someone to allocate and come over.
Better yet, vote for me, and then I can give you your money.
I mean, it's a seriously sad issue, and we empathize, but it's all about a narrative, Uncle. It's all about a narrative right now. Sell this narrative. Let us get past election before we have to really, show the truth of all of it, and then. Maybe we'll get some of these things. We'll get into the stack of bills that's in the drawer that nobody's talking about.
I know people who live in their cars.
No, they already put them in the drawer. They ain't gonna get to them bills. You remember Sanford used to have all his bills in the drawer? And just put it in the drawer and just put it in the drawer?
That is true.
Remember Sanford? He had one drawer with the glasses, one drawer with the bill. He used to knock on the top of the drawer, the glasses. He used to come out, he used to read the bill, put the bill in the drawer, close it up, and that's that.
So you say it'd be like Sanford and Son, like the junkyard? That hurt. That actually hurt.
And sometimes, sometimes the administration carries on like Lamont. You big dummy!
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Hey, hi.
Hey there, man.
I want you to think about something. Even though you see Wayne Monroe stand up and say those things about menace, that wasn't the big menace up, Think about it now. Once they could try to persuade the public that if the F of them doing something like that they own, what they can do to you. Think about it.
Well, I mean,
so now what can happen is
right.
People can really split that vote.
But so
that the F of them could lose that seat.
Right.
Watch and see.
Thank you very much. But there's a counter narrative to that.
That's a given.
There's a counter narrative to that. What the principles, and this is what I talk about being principled, right? Yeah. The principles he was stolen in that little speech in the House is basically, man, and I give you a chance. Why you going against me? You can't go against me. This is the same mentality that had a former minister of education. I think he was education at the time. Marathon MP saying, I can tell the people about what's happening with the gas leak because that could have cost me my cabinet seat. That type of thinking,
yeah.
okay, that someone could show you that they're not in the best interest of the people at large, but we must still stick with that person because you give me a blind.
While they playing politics, people out there suffering for real.
I'm thinking.
People out there for real suffering.
Correct.
And don't mind when you come up in people's face, they listen to what you got to say, but they suffering. So you know what I mean? In the back of their mind, they saying, look at this one.
Yeah.
He could see what I going through, but yet I hear him, but this, and this, but you can't.
Yeah.
Look at this text that just came through, and you probably could relate to this a little bit as well. And you somewhat, but I know you from Grandma.
The North remembers, okay?
The North
Go
remembers.
ahead.
Naughty, good afternoon. Name something in Chippenham that Sebastian is doing now that 90 wasn't doing 25 years ago.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not familiar.
I ain't from Chippenham, but
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
I from around the area.
That comparison is tricky.
But my point is that ain't nothing slick to account of what residents who sit there, they've seen this before.
Yeah.
And one,
and they can take whatever
word was not aspiring to be a politician while they was doing it.
Right. People are good. Any politician would come in my area right now. I could tell you what people telling me.
Right.
I can take whatever they give me. Whatever they could give me, I can take it.
I've been hearing that a lot too.
You understand? Now,
But
that don't mean I have allegiance to you.
No.
I'm going to take whatever because I hurting. You understand? You could fix my roof. You could fix my fence. You could cut my tree down. You could put some bumps in the road. Whatever you bring in, I can take.
And that's the psychology and the dangerous part about what Monroe said, because most of what the PLP is still doing is telling us that because of the same man now is why we in this position, why they couldn't even fulfill their blueprint for change because they had to clean up the mess of this same man. But we must be open arms and bring it back just because you might have hooked me up once upon a time.
Menace is their best friend.
It's so cynical. You know what I mean? Like they really, it shows such a lack of respect for the average voter that you think that we should be in some boys club of, oh, you hooked me up, so he should be fine. And we get it. He doesn't really care about Menace, like you say.
No.
He just wants to sow some disconnect. But he went a little too far because you do have your own candidate.
Right.
Sing her virtues, okay? You're going a little too far.
Menace is their friend. Menace costs all them get a seat.
That's true. So maybe they should.
And they know. And they know if they keep mentioning Menace, it'll let them keep their seat.
Right. It sounds like they owe him more.
Right.
For
Sound like they paying some bills.
So y'all need to probably give him a seat. Y'all go ahead.
All right, here come a couple of texts. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ and Anku. I saw Hugh Campbell basketball video from the arena of Ambassador Fox entering the stands. Mr. Fox, he resigned that post.
2024.
But the F&M ratified candidate for Garden Hills was entering the stands. The person recording the video and speaking into the video was saying, why is Mr. Fox coming to the games? He's never done anything for us, so uneducated and does not know what to say to spoil a person's character. Very sad. Please investigate and report back to the audience, Naughty. People need to know what's going on in this country. And also, the ghost of Epstein will cause many Bahamians, British and U.S. citizens, jail time. This is the era of exposure. Let's clean up the Bahamas now. We need a brighter future. Another one. Good afternoon, Naughty MJ and Anku. This government always talk from all sides of their mouth. Bye-bye, Dr. Menace. So long, goodbye. This era is 1982 all over again. We went from conspiracy to indictments of government officials. They need to stop before they all go to jail. This one is to save the Bahamas.
They've been running this narrative on Mr. Rick Fox now. He's already said, and I've heard it said many times, all the things he's been doing, has done for this country. The sad thing for me is that anybody who's aspiring to come back to this country, if I'm watching Rick Fox, I ain't coming back.
No.
For what?
You get treated
because
like what?
Because people act as if you owe them something. Because you spend your money to go away. You spend your hard-earned effort. Ain't nobody give Rick Fox, we just like you so we can let you go to the Tar Heels. We just like you so we can just put you on the Boston Celtics. We just like you so we can put you on the LA Lakers. Right. He worked for that. And then while he was doing that, he was doing stuff in the background that people didn't even know about. So now when he started talking about it, people acting like, oh, yeah, okay, but still he ain't do nothing. It's a dumb narrative. At the end of the day, where's the part? If you say that the incumbent is he's a native of that area, right? His mummy, his family is there.
Right.
Stick to the policies. Stick to the politics of why you think he should be there, shouldn't be there.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because we've had interviews with him. We have heard his policy takes in depth on a lot. To make a list. There are some candidates out there you haven't heard their position on anything.
Yeah,
just nothing.
Right.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Good afternoon, Mary J.
Hi. Good afternoon.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good afternoon to Uncle and to your husband.
Good afternoon.
I just want to say, Naughty, I just want to say that I believe that the persons who are speaking negatively about Red Fox, a lot of them are mad because he did not go with the PLP.
It'd have been a different story if he was with the PLP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been a different story. And I believe and I agree with what was just stated, why a lot of persons who have great potential for doing great things, coming back home, many of them are not coming back home for the same reason. Okay? He gave up everything to come home, and before he even did that, he stated his case with all he did, whereas a lot of these people wasn't even around to even see what he was doing, and they're just making these sarcastic statements. But I believe that all is going to be well. I'm not moved by what I see. I trust in God, and I know God is going to deliver this country.
Amen.
Thank you
All right,
so
good
much.
stuff, caller. Quick, boy, this one right here, red flag. What's going on with all these citizenships handing out, Naughty, MJ, and Anku? They're handing them out like candy. Check the newspaper because there's at least 50 people every page. I hear Leslie Miller say one woman applying for citizenship in the exact name of one of his family members. Some Chinese are calling themselves Pinding and Davis and bragging about voting in the next election. What kind of country we living in and who's handing out citizenship? Are they still handing out citizenship in churches? And ring the bell.
I want to let Anku give his thoughts. We've talked about this extensively. What are your thoughts, Anku?
I just saw a story recently on Beyond the Headlines where they was talking about these passports that people are getting. And they're saying that there's whatever documents that you need to present to the passport office, that some of these documents are maybe down the line being seen as fraudulent, I think.
Right.
And so I'm that's alarming for me.
Yeah.
You understand? I haven't seen what that text has talked about as far as pages and pages in the newspaper, but that conversation, that's a documented conversation at this point. And you have the head of immigration saying that they have someone stationed in the passport office.
I'm hearing translators are in the passport office. I'm hearing translators are at registration centers.
Like this is
alarming. To what you were speaking about, I remember there was a case a couple of weeks ago about a young man, I say because I think he was in his 20s, that was found guilty of possessing a fraudulent passport, voter's card, and what else did he have? He had a voter's card and he had a passport for sure. I know. Okay, right, right. So he used the passport to get the voter's card, right? And then I talked about how things need to be so tight at the passport office, the way to getting a lot of other documents very easily. Because once you present, I think it was NIB that he also had that was fraudulent.
Yeah.
Once you have that passport, that opens up a lot of doors quickly, right?
Yes.
So because there's probably less scrutiny. But then there came a case just a couple of days after that with two young women. I think it's still before the court. So I speak of this generally, where they had a fake NIB card, and that allowed them to get a passport, which is crazy to me, right? Because at some point,
and then with that passport, you're going to get a voter's card, and you're going to affect the potentially affect the outcome of our next general election.
But look at the order, though. You have a fraudulent NIB, and that helps you get a fraudulent passport. Like, where is? And
I've heard stories about individuals coming and applying for NIB cards, work permits, etc., but already arriving with passport in hand.
Yeah.
So how does this work?
They have 3 employees of the passport office who were charged in court for allegedly aiding foreign nationals in obtaining Bahamian passports using forged documents.
But when Pinto went public with it, they said he was talking crazy.
Anywhere else in the world, that's called a conspiracy, right? That's called a conspiracy when you have 3 persons involved.
Correct.
That should involve a lot of deep investigation.
Yeah. Now,
you haven't heard anything about it.
I want us to wrap this up because we got to talk sports.
Yeah.
But this is definitely something that we need to wrap up before we get to the break. I think there's a lot of red flags and a lot of alarm amongst Bahamians, slowly but surely getting taken from right under our noses.
So when I brought up the
it's our own doing it to us.
When I brought up the conversation of multiple wives, right?
Yeah.
Past couple of weeks.
Okay.
And I was talking about the birth rate.
Okay.
That was really the underlying conversation that was being had. Even though people was getting caught up in the conversation about man having more than one wife, I was saying, look, Bahamians, we disappearing. This type of behavior that we're seeing in our national office, the passport office.
But why have I been saying? I've been saying
that's the
for years.
tree catch.
We can do that long conversation one day about that.
You know, it's genocidal to me that we have a nation of males 18 to 35, all right, killing themselves over gun violence, drug violence, all of that.
Yes.
Not being able to procreate. Not. Where's the next set of Bahamians going to come from? We're counting on you for that at least.
Right.
And all the while, the genocide is happening on the other side because for ulterior motives, our borders are being opened to foreign nationals, and not just Haitian nationals, a multitude of foreign nationals that are milking the system and displacing Bahamians. And it's genocide on both sides, and we need to wake up and realize what's going on.
Big time.
As we're killing ourselves on one end over here, and we getting killed with policies on the other. You can't do it.
Yeah.
I just think that it's quite obvious that our systems and our institutions need to be investigated, revamped, tightened up because it shouldn't be happening. I think one of the problems that this administration has is that even though they talked about the deportation numbers, there's a certain blindness that they're having to the lived experience. You talk about the voters, you talk about, oh, y'all saying all of this. Meanwhile, people live in a very different reality than the one that you're describing. I think that's going to be their problem. Immigration seems to be one of those top issues, and it's not something that you're going to be able to hand wave away because people have a lived experience and they're saying to you, you know, we see what's happening. We're interacting with these persons. We know they just got here, and now they're telling us they got a passport, they got a postcard, they don't speak a lick of...
They don't speak English. I don't understand that.
Yeah, and it should be very rare that that's even possible. Maybe we have to look at the Constitution, right? Because as it stands now, if you're born here at 18, you're able to apply, and I think the politicians speak of it in a way like you're going to get straight if you do that, right? But what is a Bahamian? You live none of your life here. You live somewhere else. You may have been born here. You come back at 18, you apply, and then the board says, well, yeah, because technically they were born here. I don't want a technical Bahamian.
No.
I want a Bahamian.
I want someone who's loyal to this country.
Exactly.
All right, we got to get to the break. We got to talk sports.
Yes.
All right. I know Pearly zoomed in, so we will chop up some sports. But as we get to the break, here's some text. I hear you, Pearly. Hey, Naughty MJ and Uncle, what would be the best surprise in these elections? Rick Fox winning or Sabas losing?
Sabas losing is going to be
that would be
ego
huge.
death for him. That would be ego death for him.
I don't think that's an option for him.
That would be rough.
Yeah.
That would be rough for him.
An NBA champion attended the Hugh Campbell basketball tournament and wasn't even recognized as a Bahamian NBA basketball champion.
What?
As an example to the players, as motivation.
Yeah,
there
that's
you go.
sad.
Perfect example.
Now that's petty politics.
That's
That's petty
Correct.
politics.
That's sad, man.
Good day, all. I'm going to put this out there and see what develops. Could there be a correlation between Donald Trump's more recently xenophobic immigration policies and Rick Fox returning home? No. Absolutely not. Let me tell you. You put it out there.
If he wanted to go take up space in the White House, Donald Trump would welcome him, okay?
Hey, Dexter, thank you for putting that out there. I'm going to go ahead and flush it right where it deserves to be, and we'll get rid of that one, okay? Naughty MJ and Uncle, why do men need many wives? If babies is the objective, just pay women to have artificial insemination. Oh, my God. Let's go.
There you go, Uncle. You see? No worry, me and Uncle could get into one big conversation one of these days. We could strictly talk about this, yeah? I hear you, sister. I hear you.
A good show, Naughty. Quick question. How are Haitians able to become citizens when in their constitution they cannot renounce? I say give them residency. All right, let's get this call in before we talk sports. That last call until sports. Talking Heads.
Top of the day.
Afternoon.
Yes, sir. It's not just that, I mean, a lot of guys, not a lot of guys, a lot of people, they have the human passport too. It's like after marriage, it's like they got to do a background check on them too, because as soon as they receive whatever they wanted, they get a divorce. It's like that's just what they was waiting on.
Yes, there's a lot. There is a lot of marriage of convenience going on that needs to be investigated. I agree, caller. But I'm not talking about marriage convenience. I'm talking you landing on the plane from Cape Haitian on Bahamas Air, bouncing off with a Bahamian passport already in your hand. Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, they need to do something about that.
All right, good stuff, Caller, man. Good points as always. All right, we're going to get to the break. Flip side of the break, we're going to talk sports. It is the Friday Weekend Review edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with MJ, our special guest, Anku Surratt, and Purdy chiming in now. We're going to wrap things up with some sports, and we'll get you into the weekend. Keep it right where you got it. Talking Heads continues right after this.
Hungry? Well, Burger King Nassau is turning up the flavor at a great price. The King Meal Deals give you big taste, value, and options for just $5.50, including that. Love that BK Flame Grilled Beef? Grab a Rodeo Burger Jr. served with crispy fries and a drink. Or if you like chicken, go for the Rodeo Crispy Chicken Jr. or the 6-piece Nugget Meal, also with fries and a drink. One price, tons of choices, and flavor that hits every time. The King Meal Deals are only $5.50 at Burger King Nassau, where taste is on fire.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place, is your place.
For over half a century, Hongxi has been reserved only for heads of state and world leaders. It wasn't just a car, it was a privilege. Easy Car Sales is proud to bring that distinguished heritage to the Bahamas. A new era in luxury electric, rooted in absolute prestige. It's for the few from the gas pump and first-class craftsmanship. Visit Easy Car Sales to see if you're ready for a taste of royalty.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Join me, Naughty, Earl the Pearl, and the rest of the crew from the Press Box each and every Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM as we talk sports. All of your Major League sports, Major League Baseball, the NFL, and the NBA each and every Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on Guardian Radio. It's the Press Box. All the sports, all the time. See you on Sunday.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
We're back at you on the Friday, February 27th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with MJ, our special guest, Anku Surratt, and Pearly now zooming in. We're now talking sports. And Pearly, I know this is your time of year, but I just want to let you know something. Have you seen that prospect you'll have a look at in spring training?
Which one?
The outfielder.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Actually, yes. I can't remember his name.
His name is slipping my mind right now, but not one, but two monster blasts yesterday, and both left the ballpark. Both were out of there.
Excellent.
So
that is very good. I like that.
You know,
I mean, you know, I don't want to go over and run over the league, and I want to be able to beat a quality team this year.
This is Randall Gruchek?
No. I pulled it up right now. But Pearly, how your Dodgers looking?
Yep, we lost our first preseason game today.
Yeah, because I went to Rubis today, and one of the individuals that like to hang outside, you know.
Pearly, I'm a Dodger fan too.
Outside Rubis.
Are you?
I'm a Dodger from a child, from a young child.
I've known you all your life, and I always know you to be a good person and a good man. But I think you've been doubly good.
Yeah, man. I'm a Dodger fan too.
Another Dodger.
And I'll be honest with you. That I walking into Rubis now, and one of the dudes who hangs outside, you know, brother under modification, he can start getting on me, telling me, Boy, your Dodgers lose yesterday, boy, Naughty. You and your, I say, hold on.
Yankees.
Pearly is the Dodger. I'm the Yankees. Then he apologized for me for insulting me by calling me Pearly and the Dodgers. So I said, carry on smartly.
Well, you actually didn't do it.
The young man's name is Spencer Jones Pearly, all 6'5" of Spencer Jones. We got another judge.
I've known him all his life. His alias is Michael Jackson. He can sing like he can sing.
No, I ain't talking about that Michael Jackson. I'm talking about Spencer Jones is the Yankee who hit the 2 home runs yesterday. Oh. Everybody know Michael Jackson from Chippenham. Carry your crinkle coconut.
What? What are we talking about?
You remember that? That's his line. If him carry your crinkle coconut, and I can't finish the rest.
This sports, right?
Yeah.
Well, semi-sports, because Michael is a character from Chippenham that likes sports.
Anyway, keep it over there.
I sat down last night. Don't ask me why, but I did sit down last night and watch and cringed for 48 minutes watching my Los Angeles Lakers.
You should go slap yourself. That's what you should do for putting yourself through that foolishness. If it's clear that LeBron is not completely checked out going through the motions, you could see it. And I mean, Luka, obviously there's frustration there. I think that the quickest thing for the Lakers to do is make the playoffs, take the first round exit, gut it, and build around Luka and Reeves for the future.
I don't wish bad on anyone. I don't wish ill or anything on anyone. But I wouldn't be mad if the Lakers say LeBron hurt and he can't play. I wouldn't be mad.
Oh wow! What a way for a legend to go out, right?
And I don't wish that on him. Let me say that again. I do not want to see that. I'm not that type of person. But it's frustrating. Luka don't play defense. Okay, fine. But Luka giving you 41 points. LeBron giving you 13 points and still ain't playing no defense. So we get beat with it's got to hit the 3-pointer with leaving 0.1 second on the clock.
Correct.
Wow, he going outside. Right, but he going outside. He going on the little side.
No, but see, I'll be honest with you. Luka the other night, I don't know what happened. He had to open up. My whole thing is, I've watched LeBron over his career. If his team that he's playing for is down and he needs to shoot that shot to win the game and they're down, he gonna pass that ball every time. If the game is tied,
he can shoot it.
He can shoot that because they know, we end up tied. I missed this, we end up tied. Okay, so I see. I've been seeing.
He ain't no Michael Jordan, is what you saying?
And LeBron shouldn't say anything.
Actually, they used to say that with Michael Jordan, and Nike did a commercial with Michael Jordan in somewhere in the middle of his career, and he said, I had an opportunity to take the winning shot 26 times, and I took it, and I can't remember how many times he said he hit. So he literally was coming to say, I'm not afraid to take the last shot.
There's dudes who wanted that last shot. There's dudes who wanted that last shot. Who had to have that last shot?
Kobe wanted that ball in his hand.
Charles Barkley wanted that last shot. Larry Bird wanted that last shot. Tim Duncan wanted that last shot.
Yes. Stephen Curry, yes.
LeBron shuns away from that moment, man. And I hate to say it, but that's part of his legacy damage right there. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Really?
Hey.
MJ.
Hey.
I ain't talking to the next fella in the studio.
Who? I don't cool or naughty.
Foolishness.
I don't really entertain bronsexuals anyway. Yours will be finished.
But you gonna learn.
Okay.
Game-winning shots. LeBron James, 17. Vince Carter, 16. And you could check it, Naughty, because I know you're a stats
Michael
man.
Jordan, 20.
Ray Allen, 15. And who you love to pieces. Next to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, 14. Stop playing crackhead games.
Okay, stop playing crackhead games. Let me ask you this question: is 5 more than 4?
There we go with this foolishness.
What are we talking about? 6 more than 0?
Naughty, you use the
answer me. Is 6 more than 0?
I know.
6 losses in the finals more than 0 losses in the finals? 5 titles more than 4 titles?
I can't get to my calculator. My battery a little low. But I want you to remember, Naughty, as you diss LeBron constantly.
And I've been very consistent, and I've been very correct.
MJ, I have a present I can send to the house with Naughty wearing the LeBron James. jersey.
You don't have to send a picture because MJ saw when I wiped my butt the next year. When you lost, she saw when I wiped my butt with your jersey before I lined the grill. You know what this amazed me, Knowledge? When it comes to politics, I have to call you Knowledge. I have to call you Knowledge when it comes to politics. When it comes to sports and LeBron James, I got to quote Fred Sanford again. You big dummy.
Let's get to the phone lines, talking heads.
Yeah, I was getting on early because I didn't hear everyone else.
Yeah, man.
Robert Ory. Robert Ory is the man for the last shot. But
No. Hold on, because then if you want to go Robert Ory, I could counter you with a Mario Ellie and a Bruce Bowen.
Right, you got them two do. But we don't nail it that shot. That's what kill y'all. We don't nail it that shot. But LeBron missed the tree. But last night is the only time I sleep good because we get beat. Because VJ came on bad in the fourth quarter, man. Boy, I was happy for him. Although he got beat, I was just glad he win the game. He get on bad. But, yeah. But the Spurs, on a 12-game winning spree.
But I've been telling you about the Spurs.
Yes, you're doing good. It's 11, yes.
Y'all look good. Y'all look dead good. But the Lakers lose 3 on a row. We only lose 2. But, I think they all got Detroit tonight.
And that's another cut skin.
Yeah.
You specifically said on the show yesterday that you're not pulling for VJ to score. You want him up 0.0 rebounds, 0 assists.
Exactly, I say that. But what I say, we battle, we come back, we down and take the 14, we come back, we take the lead for a little while, they take the lead back. But I say, if it was other team, I'd really feel bad. But seeing that it's VJ, he did win the game in the fourth quarter. For Bohemian beating us, I don't mind that.
All right, I got you.
All right, Muff, good stuff, man.
All right, good, yes, man.
Be safe.
All right, brother.
Naughty, MJ, Anko, and Pearly. When you come from break, please mention something about these bus drivers, especially these young set. I'm getting sick and tired of them all over the road, breaking rules and risking life and limb to get where they're going for a fare.
I've been talking about them. We don't have a bus system in this country.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have people.
Good afternoon.
People who
you could pay them and they might take you where you want to go.
Plans for one coming. Plans for one coming.
This a good question now. I can put this out for all of y'all. Pearly, Larry Bird in his prime, LeBron James in his prime. Who you pick if you were starting a team? Bird or James? Your call first.
Bird. Larry Bird.
Anku, Larry Bird or LeBron James?
Larry Bird.
Yeah, Larry Bird.
starting a team. The team playing nowadays. LeBron.
LeBron.
It was another question between Bird and LeBron.
If you're starting a team, you taking
like
Bird or LeBron?
Nowadays, with everything, with the game where it is today, yeah, LeBron.
But the game,
Anyhow.
but you know something?
The game where it is today is because,
okay, hold on.
Because
With
LeBron watered it down and sissified it so much.
Let me ask you this. Does Larry Bird like retro in his prime? Best Larry have like, with all of the training and stuff and the advancements and sports technology. No. Which Bird am I looking at?
I thought. No, listen. Let me explain this. Let me say this. The NBA today, which is jump shot, 3-point shooting, heavy.
Give me Larry Bird all day, every day.
Fits in them every day. Oh, you'd be a star because Larry Bird, he missing innings, taking a bunch of trees.
And you know who else would have been a star in this league today? Lord bless the dead. Dražen Petrovic from the Nets. He would have been a star too. But the reason why I would pick Larry Bird, and I will pick this variety, I'm picking the floppy socked, Converse wearing, long blonde haired, hit from French Lick that came out of Indiana State University with a pair so bigger than basketballs. All right, would walk on any court and tell the coach, you're insulting me by putting a white player on me. Get the brothers to cover me so I could eat them up.
Yeah.
And Larry Bird would kill punks. And I guarantee
Larry
you,
Bird is pretty good.
Larry Bird would have LeBron waiting for him, giving him money at the end of the game, wearing a tutu and pom-poms, okay? Larry Bird would make LeBron his
Is it just the pure talent or everything else that comes with it? Because now, if I consider everything else that comes with it,
I was thinking that last shot conversation.
The heart.
That last shot conversation.
Now,
Larry Bird.
ask me between Magic and LeBron. Magic.
Yeah.
It's like because it's winning time. Winning time.
I can tell you why I take Bird.
Every day, all day.
Yeah.
The killer instinct. The way to get in people's head. The fact he's one of the greatest shooters that we've ever seen all time.
He is good.
Sneaky good on defense. could box out and he'd get in LeBron's head. He would have LeBron pulling his jersey out by halftime talking about, my cramps are back again. My mangina cramps are back. I need to sit me down, coach.
It's enough. But let me give you a more controversial, maybe for some, not for me. If you ask me if I had to start a team today and I had to pick between Steph Curry and LeBron James, pick Steph, but I'm going with Steph.
And I could try that there too.
Some people would not go with Steph.
You starting a team with Kobe or anybody else? I going with Kobe.
It's winning time.
Maybe not Jordan and maybe not Kareem. Anybody else? I going with Kobe.
Right. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
But I said that to say this. The game has evolved. Good texter too for getting us on that.
Texter.
Larry Bird was extremely underrated, and I think Larry Bird plays into today's NBA big time.
Steph Curry did a shooting.
You think he was underrated? It was always Magic and Bird.
Setting picks. They setting picks all day for jump shots now. Larry Bird will kill people, Jared.
Yeah.
Larry Bird would lead
I would like to see it.
The league today. Yeah. I think he would lead the league in scoring every year. Basically on how the NBA is now.
Yeah, Bird would have had numbers, bro. Mm-hmm. If Luka putting up the numbers, Luka putting up, Bird could have done the same thing.
Don't the kids get
And the thing about it is, he could pass that pick and roll. Oh.
Don't the kids get to test these hypotheses? Is NBA 2K?
Yeah.
Don't they get to test these to see? Because they kind of match them up how
they all come back. And mine have come
I
out
don't
say,
play it, so I don't know.
Damn, Dad, I didn't know Bird was that solid. Damn, I didn't know Sabonis was that good. Damn, what's another name? And I hit you in there. How about Big Game James White? Put him right in there. Mr. Drop Step Extraordinaire.
Yeah.
The winning time Lakers,
How about this one? Good day, Naughty, MJ, Anko, and Pearly. A conversation on who is more clutch in the last 5 minutes in the game. They said LeBron is percentage-wise more, but Jordan in last years has more points in that situation than LeBron in his 20-plus years. Listen, all day, every day, if it's Jordan and LeBron for the last shot,
again, Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Someone said if you
And
had
if
to
he
pick
miss?
one player to save the world,
Jordan.
who you picking?
Kobe being Bryant.
Okay, Kobe's not a bad choice either.
Ain't bad.
And I might
Kobe there from Jordan.
And I might go with Steph. You see?
Yeah.
The
reason why
it was short it
One of
is.
the joys.
The reason
One
why
of the joys I have is I haven't been able to watch basketball from age when you used to have to wait till Friday night 11:30 Channel 4 CBS to see the tape delayed games. So I've watched that. I've watched Chamberlain, Jerry West, and those play. The tail end of Bill Russell. I've been able to see the 70s with the amalgamation in the NBA with Dr. J and all them coming over. I've been very lucky. I've been very lucky. Nice. Say I pick Larry Bird over Jordan, or over Braun, or I'll pick Kobe to start the team because what I've been able to see over my 21 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Or you ask me if I about to say no, I was that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I was saying the reason why Kobe I would select is nobody had that will to win like Kobe. Nobody had that Mamba mentality that, okay, you beat me today, I come back to beat you twice tomorrow. And I'm going to relentlessly pursue beating you. And that's so if the world is under attack, I want somebody with that attitude.
How much of that was Jordan?
Because he modeled it.
That's what I'm saying.
He modeled it behind.
That's a lot of Jordan there too.
Yeah, that's a lot of Jordan.
Yeah, he was modeling Jordan.
But I'm thinking Kobe was just a little more vocal than Jordan. That's why.
Well, no, because social media.
Well, yeah, it's a different era.
Different time.
Different era.
Yeah.
But let's get these last two calls in. Talking heads.
Hey, what's up, man? Listen, let me ask you a question. I always wanted to find out why, what has made Jordan so marketable and so branded all these years, man?
Let me ask one second. Let me answer.
Let's not.
How long have you been a card-carrying brunsexual? I need to know that before we answer. How long have you been a card-carrying brunsexual? I just need to know that before we answer.
It ain't got nothing to do with LeBron. I'm just curious.
Let me help you with that. Let me help you with this.
All right.
The year.
Okay, Pearly got it.
And others have come along and still carrying your company.
Go, Pearly.
The years before Bird and Magic were drafted, the league was dying. They helped uplift it. The years before Jordan was drafted by the Chicago Bulls, the Chicago Bulls averaged less than 6,000 fans a game. The day they drafted him, they sold out, and every game after that was sold out. He turned styles. He was electric.
Yeah, man, this guy got everything.
He was it.
I mean, he still got tennis out there, and people wanted, looking forward to the new one every
Jordan's sons is where Jordan.
Of course.
I mean, LeBron's sons is where Jordan.
Wonderful job of marketing him. They came up with that Air Jordan. deal. He held his ground and got a good deal from them because they wanted to like give him pittance, and his parents stood with him, and he got an excellent deal.
Yeah.
And Nike did a fantastic job of marketing him.
Yeah. And he was that
media
good.
fell in love with him.
And he was that good.
And
He was a stone cold chew in your face and put it between your eyes.
You make up a story. Yes.
He's the GOAT, right? He's the GOAT.
He is the
Hold
GOAT.
on, Cole, in all fairness, I will have this argument with a lot of people. I have Jordan and Kareem in the battle for the GOAT. In all fairness, because both were revolutionary in their time. Kareem had an impeccable high school
Kareem
record.
was so effortless.
College record was
That's what made
undefeated.
it
talented.
And the Skyhook revolutionized the game.
Yeah.
And it took LeBron 8 more years than Kareem did to set the record, to break the record.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
speaks volumes as well, too.
And not only his college career, his college career is good when you couldn't play freshman year. Freshmen didn't play.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
Awesome guy. Man.
And then remember the blows that
he took he hit 1 3-pointer in his whole career and had the scoring record of 2 points and free throws.
And another thing too, what you have to commend Kareem for, he took a lot of flack and the media went against him because he went from Louis Ferdinand Alcindor to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and accepted Islam as his religion.
Yeah.
Was very vocal, and during that time, he took a lot of blows similar to Muhammad Ali for making that name change and embracing a new religion.
Thank you so much, caller.
But
this,
yeah, good
this
call.
texter says, Pearly, where you watched the game in the late 60s can't be them. Start like this, though.
Black
antenna. You had an antenna.
Yes.
And you waited till after the...
On a good night. Channel 10 was ABC on a good night. And
Yeah.
NBC
That's right.
Channel
And the
7.
Watercom
Only 3 channels
games was
you were
good.
able to get.
And then you have to wait up late till the 11 o'clock American News was finished to watch the replay if you was a Laker fan.
I'm sorry, I can't relate. I'm from Freeport.
But now listen,
you're not cable
They
for a
gave
long
a long
time.
time.
But now look here, when
Saturday breeze blow, you better got to go outside, move the antenna around, and say, right there, stop, right there.
But when satellite reached, and you didn't have that crank like Pearly did, you had that motor on it. But you could have catch Laker basketball all the time. Talking heads. All right, cool. I hit us back.
And see,
Yeah, almost
LeBron can't be the GOAT. He never win the slam dunk competition.
Yeah, you chicken. You
can't
can't be chicken out of that and talk about
you can't be the GOAT. You can't be the GOAT.
You can't be chickening out. No, and that's what it is.
There's a lot lacking in his body of work, and I mean, and listen, I get
He's the GOAT of longevity. I give him that.
Okay, but hold on. He's the GOAT of missed free throws too.
We gotta make that.
He's the GOAT of turnovers too.
You gotta make that a
But
thing
listen,
now.
I could be honest with you.
MJ.
Hey.
I get.
For a person who can't stand LeBron and who claims not to be LeBron-sexual, you know this brother's stats now. You know all his brothers.
No. I know all the negative stats, Pearly.
Sancho, the art of war when you go into battle with Bron Sancho, you better know. You better know. You better know.
Let me just.
For real.
Oh,
Good
boy.
stuff.
Now I was about to say something. You caused me. Forget
I am
what
so
was gonna say.
sorry.
No, I talking about
Well, you
Pearly.
say two. You probably going to say 2 words. That's why you forgot.
No, I mean, I'll be honest with you. The whole reason why I remember his stats is to make light of the situation because I get it.
I know.
I get it. You hear me carrying knowledge hard. Knowledge is my boy, right? But I know how knowledge must feel. You go all in on this clown named LeBron as you bring him out of Akron High School when they call him a deity. Oh, he's the king. King real. You better get in the league and earn some.
That right there is what got me with it.
All right, and then I get the Bron-sexuals for 22 years thinking this dude gonna make them look good and be better than Jordan or end up with more wins in the finals than he has losses. No.
Let me
they have
just
backed
say-
a mediocre loser for 22
It hurts.
years.
Let me just
and it
say-
hurts.
let me just say
it
that,
does.
'cause we gotta
And
get out of here.
And I can say this because I'm a Cowboy fan and I know, damn it.
Uncle, thank you very much for spending
I've
time
had
with us
fun.
today.
Thank
Let me
you.
ask you, because we're getting out of here.
Yeah.
Because you hear LeBron going outside, right? Who going outside? LeBron or Menace? Because they both going outside.
MJ,
I'm
you
sorry.
You properly bad.
In this case,
messing up your legacy.
Look at
For what?
No, but Menace doing it to himself. That's the difference.
Look at me, good Bahamas. Let me call it clear now so that we can witness this. In a case between LeBron and Menace, the two of them got like stinking dirty ways, but I don't